Hello friends, how are you all? There are many species of animals in this world. But among them the donkey is an animal that has no special respect. People use donkeys only when necessary, and donkeys are used for extra work. We never try to know how the donkeys feel about our behavior. But in today's movie we will see what does a donkey look at this world. Today we will explore an Polish-Italian drama road movie called EO, which was released in 2022. The film has an IMDb rating of 6.7 out of 10. So let's move on to the main story. At the beginning of the story we see a circus in Poland, where the audience play with wybinek. And here with all animals the EO alternative is a donkey. The EO seat donkey was also given a variety of games for the circus. And if this EO North donkey made a mistake, he would have been severely beaten in the circus. Even apart from showing the game, the donkey was made to do many kinds of work. But in this circus there was a girl named Cassandra who was the ringmaster of EO. The girl loved EO very much, and spent most of the time in the circus with EO. Cassandra didn't like the way the circus owner used to beat up EO. So the girl forbade the circus owner to treat EO like that. But the owner of the circus does not listen to Cassandra. The owner of the circus would torture all the animals whenever he wanted. After a while, it was seen that several people were protesting in front of the circus. Everyone came to protest the cruelty the circus owner was doing to all the animals. Some police are also seen here who will take all the animals and keep them in a safe place. When EO was being taken into the car with all the animals, Cassandra became very upset. The EO was then brought by car to a new stable. While EO was the only donkey, all the others were horses. And here too EO is not given much status. A carrot garland is left outside. So EO stands outside and eats the carrot tied around his neck. On the other hand, everyone was busy with the horses of this stable because all the horses here were participating in various competitions. The horses won many gifts and money by participating in various games. That is why every horse here was kept very carefully. They were allowed to eat good food, live in good places. EO used to watch this from a distance and think, why no one treats me so well? Why don't you love me like them? Even after coming to this new stable, EO was given the task of pulling goods. After a while like this, EO saw two horses standing next to him trying to fight. Seeing this, EO moved away from there. And while moving away, many trophies on the rack fall down and break by mistake. Because of this, the owner of this stable got angry and sent EO to another stable. Here the innocent EO could not understand why he was suddenly being sent from one place to another. However, EO was well taken care of after arriving at this new location. He was allowed to eat on time, and even he was not made to do any heavy work. And the biggest thing is that only donkeys were kept in this new stable. Even coming here, EO would be very upset because he misses Cassandra so much. In this new stable several people would occasionally visit with their children. These children would play with all the children here. And then the children were taken around the place on donkeys. This is how EO was spending his days in this new stable. But one night Cassandra rides her friend's bike to his stables to meet EO. Actually today was EO's birthday, so Cassandra had made a carrot cake by herself. Both of them are very happy to see each other after such a long time. Now Cassandra was doing the same dance that they had done together a few months ago at the circus show. But during all these things, Cassandra's friend said, I don't feel good in all these things, I want to leave here. And if you want to go with me, then quickly get on my bike. Now Cassandra can't spend much time with EO anymore and has to get on her friend's bike and leave from there. But EO was very distressed by this incident and helplessly started shouting loudly for Cassandra. And then EO somehow got past his stable gate and started running after Cassandra. But Cassandra's bike, EO can't find it anymore as a donkey can't run fast. Even then EO came up the road shouting loudly. And then seeing the light of a car from the opposite direction, EO gets scared, so he goes down towards a forest. But EO gets more scared after hearing the call of some fierce animals in the forest. And besides, some hunters were hunting animals in that forest and were going to shoot at EO, but before that EO somehow escaped from there. Then EO walked all night and reached a nearby town. Now he was galloping through the empty streets of the city early in the morning and shouting loudly. Some of the people of the fire brigade who were passing by heard the noise and caught him. And EO was being taken to a stable in that city tied with a rope. As EO's neck was blocked with a rope which forced EO to run whenever his neck was pulled. After going quite far like this, the car was parked in an empty place and people went to eat somewhere on both sides, and EO was eating grass in the field with a rope around his neck. Seeing EO in such a state of obstruction, one person thinks that someone must have tied the donkey to the car like this. So the man untied the neck of EO and let him go away. Now EO walks from there to a nearby football field. A very big and important game was being played here between two teams. Now one of them will win if they can score a goal. When a player was about to score, EO was shouted from the corner of the field. As a result, the player's focus is lost and the player cannot score, due to which their team loses. And the winning team was happy. They thought we won the game today because of EO. That's why they kept patting EO on his head and caressing him, but the losing team couldn't bear it at all. Even with these two sides started fighting. The winning team then brings EO to their town to dance and sing. Poor EO had no idea what was happening to him in the midst of so many people, but he quietly went along with those people. That evening everyone went to a pub to party in the joy of winning the game, and EO was standing in an empty place of that pub and eating grass. After a while, the team that lost the morning's match came in, and then they entered the pub and started beating up all the players who had won. Then when the whole place was vandalized, he saw EO standing next to him. And seeing this they all got more angry. They thought they lost this morning's match because of EO. And for this EO was beaten badly with a bat. After this incident, it was seen that EO was lying on the ground in a state of unconsciousness. Seeing this, EO was sent to a nearby animal hospital the next morning. Here it can be seen that his condition has worsened due to overfeeding. It seemed that he might not be saved. Even seeing EO in such pain, an employee of that hospital wanted to kill him by injection, so that he would not have to suffer more by living like this. But after several months of treatment, the doctor at that hospital made EO healthy again. A few days later EO was sold to a man from the hospital. This man was a hunter by profession, and used to hunt and cage various wild animals. The hunted animals, which did not listen to the hunter, were killed by electric shock. The EO is furious to see such cruelty to all the animals here. That's why EO took the opportunity one day and kicked the hunter on the head and knocked him unconscious. After this incident, the man felt that EO might be a bit of a ferocious beast. And that's why EO is sold to other people for free. Now that man was taking EO and several animals to a place in a truck. In fact, EO was now being taken to a slaughterhouse, where his meat would be cut up and sold. In fact, the people of all these countries ate donkey meat, and donkey meat was called salami in this country. After going a long way like this, the truck driver stopped the truck at a place to eat at night, and then a girl met the driver. Looking at this girl, it was clear that she had not eaten anything for the past few days. So the driver brought the girl to the truck and gave her some food, and the girl finished eating the food and left. Then some unknown people came and threw the truck driver and killed him by hitting his throat. And after some time the police came and rescued EO and all the other animals from inside the truck. Now the police tied the EO to a lamp post on the side of the road, and then they were examining the dead body of the driver. At that time a boy was passing by that road who saw EO and stopped beside him, and EO saw the boy and started playing with him. As the boy likes the story, the boy takes the EO away without telling anyone. Now the boy leaves in a car to take EO to his house. Later it is seen that the boy belongs to a very rich family, but some time ago the boy's father died, due to which the boy is returning home to grab the property. This new place of EO was very good because the house was very big. EO Kabi happily starts roaming around this huge house. But after a few days, EO started thinking about Cassandra again. He repeatedly thought that Cassandra might be calling him from a distance. So EO escapes from this house to find Cassandra. Then after wandering around for some time, EO again fell into the hands of some people who used to sell animal meat. EO was then taken to a place where many animals were kept. EO sees so many animals together and does not know what to do with them now. The animals are then slowly taken to a separate room where they are killed one by one and their meat is sold. Now EO slowly enters that dark room, and then I hear the sound of cutting the throat of EO with a sharp weapon. And this is where the story of this movie ends.